go back, but where they were too far away and didn't have the money or the means to get there. So it's a bit disingenuous on the part of the BIA to say that a success story is anyone who stays in the city for up to 1 year. But that's exactly how the BIA evaluated its own program.
Here I want to get into the why of this story. Why was the government so intent on moving Native people from reservations to cities and keeping them there? One reason, and I'll get into others later, is that politicians and government workers believed Native people had to assimilate into white mainstream American society for their own good.
Or to dilute their power.
I found a radio report from an anthropologist named Ruth Underhill, who traveled through Indian country in the 1950s. Here she is interviewing a white BIA official working on the Navajo reservation named Mel Bickle.
Well, I've always felt that the only real solution for the Navajo was to cease to be a Navajo, to get off the reservation and become a citizen just like everybody else.
Afraid of multiculturalism
and
diversity.
he's living the same way as other people. Forget that he is a Navajo, in other words.
You don't think there can be any compromise between keeping the Navajo way of life and having the prosperity of a white man?
I don't think so.
This has pretty much been the prevailing assumption for at least the past century. With the creation of compulsory boarding schools in the late 1800s, the government hoped to mold Native children into white, Christian, English-speaking adults. The educational philosophy of the first boarding school was summed up by its founder as, quote, kill the Indian, save the man.
Check my book, the Book of Judas.
In the 1950s, the federal government's drive for assimilation took on a new intensity. Donald Fixco is a historian at Arizona